Lint balls, always welcome.
Wide-eyed, ordinary Mathieu, Roger Brunveld, just with a couple words. It's the 30-year-old who lives in Switzerland, who enters the stage on what has been a heck of a journey in the last 2 years.
Of course, the last tournament that he played before, he had almost a year out with injury and surgery, was right here in Basel.
Another entrance, and so pretty much half of this audience at least a standing ovation. When you come to the box office, you ask, what date's Federer playing? And then they tell you, and you say, I'll be there.
Give me a couple of those.
Let's put a few extra coins in the kitty over the years of this event, and for that they will be very grateful.
Yeah, and should be so. Of course, he's won 32 of his last 33 matches here. It's an incredible record. Playing here for 13th time. He's been a faithful servant to the event over the years.
Jerry Armstrong, the Brit in the chair, veteran British umpire.
Der Halbfinalgegner von Roger Federer ist vor 4 Jahren die Nummer 12 der Welt. Nach einer Knieverletzung und über einem Jahr Pause kehrte er im
top seed,
des Jahres als Nummer 7
facing his 4th challenger of the week.
spielt dieses Jahr beim ATP-Turnier in Stark im Halbfinale und erreicht beim Challenger-Turnier in Betancourt den Finale.
Smooth sailing yesterday against another Frenchman and Benoit pair. Didn't really have any experience or wherewithal to deal with Federer. A tough one previous round though against Thomas Bellucci. Had to work very hard in that one. Coming through 7-5 into the decider a couple of nights ago. And we know it's Del Potro who sits already in the final.
Well, a big 30-something club that's growing these days, of which Federer is now firmly one of them. Of course, at 31 years of age, he's still looking as fit as a fiddle. 76 career titles. And has made a good chunk of change, 73 mil this year. Just closing in on $6.5 million in prize money. His win-loss record, 67 wins and 9 losses. And of course, 6 titles to his credit. And start with Rotterdam, Dubai, Indian Wells, of course, where he played so well, Madrid, Wimbledon, and Cincinnati.
Yeah, leads the field, in fact, this year with regards to the titles. Ferrer and Djokovic just behind him on 5, as we touched on his route through. Benny Becker was the Monday night show. The Wednesday night show was Thomas Bellucci. That was a good one. And the Friday night bonanza was just over an hour.
That's brilliant. Love it. It is pretty good. Nutella, as is Roger Federer. Of course, I had a little bit of a Nutella on my croissant. Just
breakfast?
I did. Not quite a pain au chocolat, but close enough to being French.
Couldn't quite go to the gym after that.
Sure.
That's another story.
4 career titles for Paul-Henri Mathieu, and as we've said here, he's done a good job of getting back to around 60 in the world now. He's coming in to this event, he's ranked 101, but based on the results this week, he's going to shoot up the rankings, and he's also going to boost that bank balance this year with a minimum of about another 70,000 euros, so it's close to 100,000 US dollars. And of course 2010 he made the decision to have the surgery on the knee. He was pretty much out for most of 2011, and this year he's had to make his way from the bottom of the pile and work his way up the rankings, and it's been in fits and starts. Had a good run at the French Open, and thought he was going to kick on. It's taken him a while. Finally kicking on here. Yeah, wins over the Swiss wildcard Davydenko, which was a hard-fought affair, as was the win over Grigor Dimitrov. Well, part of the problem for Paul-Henri Mathieu is that he struggled to win any sets against Federer. Just the one when they played at Roland Garros back in 2009. He won the first set there, but that's about as much as he's ever been able to win against the current world #1. Last meeting at the US Open, round of 32, as you saw there, pretty comfortable for Fed.
Well, he's a beloved fan of Tottenham Hotspur. Not sure they're playing today. I think they might be. So he'll be following the football this weekend. He's a very clean striker of a tennis ball, Paul-Henri Mathieu.
Yeah, coming through the ranks as a junior, he was the biggest thing coming out of France at the time, but I think he got knocked back with that Davis Cup loss that he suffered in Bercy, the deciding match against Mikhail Yuzhny when he should have won. And I think it knocked him psychologically, but I also think with all the adversity that he's been through of late, he's become a little tougher mentally. We saw that at the French Open, winning back-to-back 5-set matches against Bjorn Pau, 6-love in the 5th, and then against John Isner, I think that was 18-16 in the 5th. What a good week he's having this week.
So, this is the second semi-final.